And here we are. So yeah, if you're paying attention to the title or the broadcast announcement, if you're set up for that, today I'm hoping to fix my Jenkins install. Well, fix, update, same, right? Oops. Yeah, that's where you were supposed to be. Weird. Alright, so we go to my main Jenkins install. We get these fun little boys. And one of them is actually an issue directly with Jenkins. So gonna have to do an update. A lot of them are just the usual, hey, there's a new version available. And if I go to my plugins, there's 33 plugin updates available. Now, I learned a while ago, I don't do updates on my production Jenkins, even for plugins, because there are times where it just seems to wipe out all my settings for, reasons. So my goal is to spin up the dev version, which should be around here. Deployments, yep, dev services, and Jenkins. Got to double check what I've messed with. It's been a while since I've had it up and running. So I've got to validate that it's the same as my production version. And once we can validate that it is and it's running the same, then we go with it, right? Oh, that's fun. I'm flashing. Is that a temporary thing? Are you done with that? I hope you're done with that. All right. Well, nothing to it but to do it. Let's get on it. So first thing I'm going to look at is just the deployment, which I had open. Why didn't I just edit it here? We also want to open this guy. I'll put you over here just because I don't know what's open. Okay, good. It's in my dev services. Hey, and I've already created my project. I did mess with it a little bit yesterday, and that's when I realized, this could be a good stream. We'll see. Mute. Let's do that later. Not worried about it. All right, so we want to compare the dev services Jenkins and the prod services Jenkins. So let's just go right on down the line. First things first. What the heck is that? Why is there a .swap? I wonder if I have it open on my other machine still. Well, I don't. My other machine is turned off, but I wonder if it thinks it's still open. All right, so this is dev services. Oh, okay, so I just copied it over. Cool. Man, I hope I didn't apply that at some point. Wow, I really need to be careful about that. That's just ridiculous of me. So knowing that that's the case, I am probably just going to copy it over again and validate. Oh, I'm going to have to validate against the server. Why would I do this to myself? I mean, why wouldn't I do this to myself? It seems like something I would do, right? So let's see. Yeah, let's start that process. Man, past me hates future me. That's just universal. Let's go. All right, prod services and Jenkins. Let's just do this. Diff, well, right. Okay. Sweet. Not much needs to be changed there. Good to know. Let's do the same thing with... Actually, can I just do this? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Extra operand in network. Oh. Nope, I can't do that. No difference. And 100. I added a note, no big deal. So I did 100, I need 101. There's probably a much easier way of doing this, but nope. All right. Have I been... Where were you on that? Nobody letting me know? Oh wait, no, that's dev service. I was thinking of it's checking a file against itself like an idiot. Ah, jeez. All right. So we did one. We need 201. Okay, 201 is different because it's dev services like it's supposed to be. And we changed the host name. Okay, so that's cool. That's fine. Yep. All right, cool. We already know 300's fine. All right, so we don't need to copy anything. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Another drink for posterity. All right, now we need to change everything. Now this is something I need to practice. I definitely need to practice changing everything from, and that is done with let's see, boom. Why can't I think it's substitute. Substitute text in file Linux. And I'm just going to be like, all right. Said. So I just need to do, I'm in dev services, so sed dash I, we need to substitute, and this should be namespace as prod services. And we need to change you to namespace dev services. ./.YAML. Make sure it's just the stuff in here. All right. Boom. Now we're in dev services. We don't need to worry about this anymore. That now says dev, dev, dev. I don't think this matters, but dev services and dev. And you, I don't know why you're there. I'm tempted to just delete you, but let's see. What is, I think it's, if it's open with nano. So yeah, that's when it's being edited. So it's just saved because technically that crashed. So here, boom, boom, boom. So if I, yep. So let's just get ready, yeah? Because you're doing me no good. Let's get this committed. Get someone committed. Get commit, add message, copied fresh. Well, I didn't really copy fresh, but changed dev services Jenkins files to correct namespace. There we go. So now that's going to be something I'm going to have to revisit, so I'm not worried about it right now. Just don't give me any problems because I have that stupid thing included. Cool. No problem. All right. This Git patch brought to you by Rage Shadow Legends. Where was I? Okay, so I pushed it up. Are you still showing modified on here? There we go. Okay. Now let's validate. Actually, no, let's just apply, yeah. I'm just going to do the application first. That should start a new one. Cool. Which version is it running? Should be the same. Image. Did I miss you? There we go. 2.450. And if we go to my prod, oh, I need to keep track of the things I'm talking about. So use this guy, show notes. I mean, we used an AI answer for it. Does that count? Should we be commending AI? I don't know. He says as though he doesn't use AI for basically everything he can get away with. I mean, the only reason you know I'm not AI is the number of mistakes I make. Ha! Okay, where were we? Oh, what's going on? Oh, well, yeah, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? Is the claim still sitting here? So Jenkins, PVC, and then I have Jenkins prod. Okay. So it should just be showing as Jenkins PVC, this guy. So I'm worried about doing a sed for just any place it says prod change to dev, because there may be a product field or something along those lines. All right, so let's get in here. We want to find, there we go. And I believe that's how I have that. The container should not be named Jenkins prod. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I should just gonna go like that. Just gonna be Jenkins. Oh, but it's pulling LTS. Interesting. It says LTS, but here it says this. Make sure I'm looking at the right one. Jenkins. Edit. Let's make sure we're doing this right. Okay, so it didn't take that. How do I keep just, yeah, it's still just, oh, that one, okay, now it says LTS. We're not going to know what version that is, though. So, let's make it match prod services, which prod services should say LTS, but we have prod services open, so manage Jenkins. We want about system info, about Jenkins. There we go. Yeah, we have 2449. Is, I seem to remember, why am I scrolling through all this? Don't we do? Nope. Oh, yep. Nope. There we go. Jenkins, temp volumes. Okay, there we go. So in prod, I did specifically pin the version. So that. Then why did the diff show up? Or did I do this? Did I not do this in Yeah, prod. We want Jenkins 300. Yeah, okay. Let's just... So we don't know for sure, for certain they're the same. Well, we know they are ish now. Let's just do a quick discount double check. Metadata, I don't think there's anything special in here other than... No, that's just the last applied. That doesn't do anything. Okay, we don't have anything special in there. Status doesn't matter. Spec replicas 1. Yeah, app is Jenkins. Cool. Annotations. We added the runtime, which doesn't appear to be in here. Okay. Template, metadata, app. So, template, metadata we've got, okay. Spec, we got the service account, no, goes to volumes. I love that it automatically changes everything around for us. It's fun. Alright, so service account, Jenkins admin, cool. Auto mount service token is set to false, okay. Now we care about the containers. Name, version. Ports are the same, good. Got the Java ops, okay. Key store, yep, good. Limits memory. That has 1 meg, okay. Make sure we don't mess ourselves up with these limits. 4 gig, 500, good. Alright, containers are okay. Volumes, we have home, temp, and pem store. Home, temp, pem store. Good. We are matching. Alright, I'm happy enough with that. Wait, this has a run as user. What is? Okay. Nope, it has a run as user as well. Alright. We're going to call that close enough, which is good enough. If anything breaks, well, that's on me. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Okay. So right now, the only thing we changed is that we added the version on that one. So save ya. Wait. Your autosave. Never mind. Don't care. Now in here, we got to do the same thing. Okay. Boom. We've already changed that. Right. Updated both dev and prod. To reflect the pinned Jenkins version. All right. Save our work. And at some point, I'm going to have Jenkins probably apply itself, but that point is not today. All right. So now we're in dev services. We're applying 300 dev. All right. What? Jenkins. Oh, right. Jenkins invalid. So I need to go back in here to deployments. Let's get over and make sure we're on dev services. We're just going to cancel that. We're not going to mess with you. I'm going to just delete you because you're not doing me any good anyway. Everything else should stick around. Invalid value, Jenkins prod, container not found. I must have something in here, and I need to stop going to Nano. I'm using code for a reason. I must have something still pointing to Jenkins prod. Jenkins home, Jenkins temp, Jenkins PVC. The deployment Jenkins is invalid. Spec template annotations container. Oh. That's right. That's right. I'm looking for this, not this. Let's try that again. And we live. All right, let's see what happens this time around. Should we check the logs? Should we watch the logs? What's happening? Show me the things. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. No metrics yet. It does always take a little while to do the things it's got to do. And I should do while this is running. Or not running, you know. Oh, that's normal. I need to go to all. Okay, just the two. Sweet, we are running. No writable cache directories. Empty context path, don't care. If you can't laugh at yourself, who do you laugh at? Of course, now it's difficult for me to get to the mute button. Hello, Mad Maddox. How's you doing? Dang it restarted. Of course it restarted. Why wouldn't it restart? Alright, can we see why you restarted? Previous. Uncaught extension. Oh, and now it's green. You see that? It's because you said hello. Alright, let's make sure it's my chat making my cluster obey. Nice. What are you looking to set up? Or do you have any equipment in mind yet or collected? I mean, that's half of the reason I do this is A, so that I can just show other people that it's really that easy, and B, to find out what other cool stuff people are working on. Method services and 106. So now wait, you're not 5, you should be 106. There we go. Nice. Oh, those ProLiant switches, or those ProLiant machines are monsters. For quite a while, I had my main lab was 3 720s, but they're Dell, not HP, obviously, but Dell 720s, and let's just say the electricity became an issue. So now I'm working off of 3 Mac Minis that I've thrown Debian and Kubernetes on, and that's a Raspberry Pi, and that's a dev kit that I have that I'm hoping to use for GPU machine learning sort of stuff at some point. I did a week of getting this guy integrated. That was entertaining, and still not entirely. I think it says no CPUs being used, but there's definitely stuff on it, and it won't recognize the disk. But yeah, it all starts with that first rack. There's I've at this point bought and sold 2 server racks, and what I have now is just a 4U that's sitting in my garage that's housing a switch and 2 servers and then a bunch of stuff basically taped to the back of it. Got any plans for what you're going to do with it? You. Oops, want to manage. Oh, you still have ocean blue on here. It hears that. Yeah, no worries. The installed plugins on both. That definitely makes sense. There were a couple of times I was looking specifically for just a server to handle images, and I'll probably be rolling through that at some point in the near future. Yeah, the moment you start realizing just like cloud services that will let you do unlimited downscale all the crap, or B, they charge you over a certain amount, you start becoming very, well, I can do this myself. Actually, that was kind of the beginning of it for me. It was a while back, obviously, but it was MP3s. I had been a music collector for a very long time, and I had quite a stack of CDs, and I ripped them all to lossless MP3s, and did not have anywhere to put that. I wonder if there's some way I can just dump the list of... Can Jenkins dump it? I don't do. Itch. Script console. No way it's that easy. Run the following script. Alright, let's double check this. Print line, get short name. Doesn't look like it does anything nefarious. Close. That's cool. Alright. Definitely both. So I spent 20 some odd years working at a financial institution, doing support, on-site support, that sort of stuff, and migrated over to their innovation team and ended up building a lab specifically for innovation projects, just because it was what I did. I ended up making my hobby my job for a good 10 years. It was a lot of fun. And then realized, got laid off, realized maybe some other people would like to see this sort of stuff as well. So started doing that, and that's where I'm at right now. So at this point, it's kind of pro hobby-ish. It's what I do. I can say that. There was, I was watching, what is it, Pirate, this guy. Pirate Games? No, Pirate Software. Thor from Pirate Software. And he mentioned something that kind of stuck with me, and it's because of that that I've decided to jump on this. It's in most places they ask you what you do, and in the US it tends to be what your job is, whereas everywhere else, not everywhere else, but in a lot of other places in the world, it's what you actually do, what you enjoy doing, the things that define you. And this is something I do, you know. It's not just a job. What about you? Is it just an interest, or is it I already have the tools in my toolbox, I may as well build my own house? Where's my stupid notes folder? Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, cloud development is an SRE. Realistically, like that's half of what you end up doing when you have a home lab. Is you're just SREing yourself. Like, oh, it's broken again. Let me go fix it again. And I will warn you: do not take your home lab to home prod. Found out the hard way. I now need 2 DHCP servers, 2 DNS servers. I mean, it's good, but it's good practice. This is Jenkins plugins. And this is on prod. Yeah. Well, I mean, that certainly is part of it. And, you know, it's kind of the cycle of technology. I mean, when I first started in telephone support, I was doing telephone support for the entire nation from 6 a.m. Pacific until I think it was 2 or 3 p.m. And the amount of access I was given was ridiculous. Like, I had full Active Directory permissions. I could do whatever I wanted on Active Directory. Looking back at it, it's kind of silly, the amount of access I had. And the number of times that I would go in and I would set up a group and create group policies for it and add my ID to it and just kind of like see what this Active Directory thing was about. And just how dumb that is looking back at it. So it's kind of inevitable that you're going to start with all of the access. You're going to start with all the capability, and then slowly but surely someone's going to say, "Oh, that's a bad idea." I mean, I can honestly say that during my time in support, my ability to set up a lab and step forward when everybody else on my team stepped backwards helped push me forward quite a bit. I mean, when the iPhone first came out, I helped a group of 5 executives run Exchange out of my home lab on their personal iPhone, just so that they could get a feeling of like, okay, what's this really feel like? And because of that, they decided to go to security, go to management, or, you know, the C levels, and just say, hey, this needs to happen. There was a lot of doors that had opened. Don't get me wrong. It's a labor of love. But you also get to figure out real quick if you actually enjoy it, right? Like this Jenkins thing. Man, the first time I set up a Jenkins instance, I hated it. I still kind of dislike it, but Jenkins mixed in with my Kubernetes cluster is kind of cool. Where was I? Oh, yeah. We need to go here. We need to go to here. We need to go back to here. Do the copy pasta. Do some more copy pasta. Yeah, Blue Ocean's just gotta go. I don't know why I have it on one and I don't have it on the other. You are now dev. And oh man, I should have just put that into a file. There we are. It's a choice. I mean, most people just use Proxmox, and I've never installed Proxmox. I feel odd saying that, but I actually just downloaded the newest images of it recently, and plan on actually doing a stream for a week of just let me run through it. Let me do this install. It'll probably be in a virtual box just because I can't guarantee that I'm going to use it. But getting past the initial, like, that initial thing where you're using the mini Kubernetes or K3s or, all of the cut down versions, and getting to the point where you're like, okay, I just need to install the real thing. Stepping away from all of the additional stuff that gets thrown at it. Helm, Rancher, K9s, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's getting to just pure original Kubernetes and then slowly branching out and following a path down. It's been really helpful for me, primarily, funny enough, in learning Docker. Which side is which? Okay, so dev is left. All right. Checks. All right, so I need to get rid of Blue Ocean on here. There we go. So remove, but it will leave the configuration. Okay, fine. Did I get rid of everything? Oh no, I'm gonna have to restart. Great. Let's do it. Installed. A second, where did... What happened to restart? Installation pending. Okay. Gonna install you as well. So normally it takes you to a reboot now. Build pipeline, you gotta go. You're useless. Alright, well, I can just do... Go back here. Oops, here. Where the heck did you hide restart? Nope. I mean, I can always just restart the... Oh, there we go. Just do this. No, but I don't want to shut down. I want to restart. Whatever. No, because then I'm going to have to go into the container and restart it. I don't want to do that either. That's the last one I did. I'll bet I can restart from the script console. Oh, I could just go to the website. I did not know that either. Always something, right? There we go. Put that in my back pocket. It's always something stupid like that, right? But it's weird because normally that just pops up when you do anything involving plugins, which weirds me out a little bit. Some Nomad. Who does... Is that Apache Nomad? Oh, HashiCorp. Okay. Or soon to be by IBM. Is that what you normally use at work? I mean, best bet is always to go with whatever you're comfortable with, right? Run it again. I don't know that it's too well. Yeah, I don't know. IBM has completely fallen off my radar. Basically, once they dumped off Lenovo and everything and just kind of became a cloud provider, and not even a good cloud provider. Yes, there we go. Why are you still there? I explicitly said you don't need to be there anymore. See, this is what happens. Cannot. Centrum Systems build pipeline. Well, that's fine. Don't care. I wonder if I'll have to throw it on my list of stuff to take a peek at. I mean, I'm comfortable with Kubernetes at this point, but it's half the fun, right? Get a little uncomfortable. Okay, I'm hoping that missing data error is not... All right, my cloud's still there, so it hasn't deleted any data. Let's go back to our plugins. We didn't seem to get rid of very many. I don't doubt it. I mean, it was a rough first couple of months, and I reinstalled this cluster probably 5 or 6 times. Although, the biggest thing that kept me reinstalling is using the customized versions of Kubernetes. Most of their documentation is things around like, if something doesn't work, then get rid of that worker and rebuild it. Whereas most of the documentation for actual K8s is, oh, you have to go in and do this. There's very few things that require just completely get rid of everything. And though, I mean, if those are there, it means that you screwed something up at the very beginning, which happens. Man, this guy is slow. Install display URL for Ocean. Go away. Man, the way they have this makes me wonder if I can't just create a list and run it through the script console too, to just uninstall it all. I don't want to be doing development on stream though, because I'm terrible at it. I'll spend an hour getting hello world. And it'll probably spell world wrong. It's just I'm the programming equivalent of a baby giraffe, except less cute. Can I get two of them? I mean, I try. Technically, there's supposed to be a bot running in the chat that honestly isn't. I mean, it kind of is. At this point, it's just in monitor mode. But I didn't want to use a plugin to add chat up in the corner here. So I'm kind of writing a way to throw that in. Especially if I'm going to put right now I take these streams and I just upload them to YouTube. I'd rather just stream them straight to YouTube, save myself a step. Did I get the other one? Hey, it did let me get both of them. So I can go boom, yes, boom, yes, scroll. Oh, that's it. It's kind of crazy how you have to uninstall some things to be able to uninstall other things. Like, I understand it, but you'd think you would just think, you would hope that there would just be an option to uninstall it all. If you had to say, what would you say is your favorite language? I mean, my favorite language to fail at currently is JavaScript, specifically Node.js. Big fan of failing at that. Go. From what I can tell, it's just a step up from Node.js, or it's just basically fancier JavaScript, which I should probably start failing more at that. It is in everything. Heck, isn't K8 written in Go? Or at least chunks of it. Let's validate my silliness. Yep, there we go. I mean, talk about a hypocrite. It's funny, I really used to do this sort of stuff. Well, there was a lot more new companies, but basically large companies would come to the bank and say, hey, we've got this thing we want you to try. Or small companies with large technologies. And I would just do this all day. I would install it. I would kick the tires. I would do a lot more load testing and a lot more reports. But at the end of the day, you know, you can automate most of that. Definitely miss it a little bit. Unlikely I'm going to find another job like that. My noise cancellation works pretty well. I'm not seeing the vacuum behind me. Well, I mean, realistically in tech, someone told me once, never, ever don't be looking. Always have open to work on your LinkedIn profile. Always update the resume, just because it's not. A lot of people think that, oh, it shows disloyalty or something like that. Realistically, what you're showing is that you're valuable, and if your company sees that you're valuable, then it's not going to matter, right? Granted, there's a lot of corporate stuff that doesn't agree with that. I don't know. I mean, I didn't do it when I should have been. At the very least, it gives you an idea of what other people think you're worth, right? You sit down and have a coffee with that recruiter every now and then and just say, yeah, how you doing? All right, now we're getting closer, huh? Probably gonna just run that again. Good. Goodbye. Yeah, I can understand that. I can say where I was at. Oh boy, they started it. The writing was on the wall for quite a while. Yeah, and this is, I mean, it's one of the few professions where it's learn or die, evolve or die. Like if you're just unless you're supporting something that's 40 or 50 years old and you're one of the only people left in the world that do it, you got to learn something new. Man, it was always so much fun working with startups. Like once I was at the point where I was evaluating companies, it was great. I mean, especially once you get past that initial meeting, because that first meeting, you know, they show up nervous, wearing suits, they think they're coming in to get money, and you know that we can shut down their whole world. And the group I was with, it wasn't about money. It was about teaching them to be at the level where they could interact with a Fortune 500 company effectively. The number of times that we'd find something cool, bring the company in, and then they would just collapse under the weight of trying to work with a company. Whereas, you know, once we had gotten to the point where we were actually talking to them, we were moving forward. There wasn't going to be a question there, and they were going to come away they were going to come away ahead. It was during that time period where I think it was Obama that signed the whole America Innovates Act or whatever, where you could, it was all just tax write-offs for the company, so they could just hide all of their profits in quote unquote losses and helping startups. It was so cool to do, though. Just watch the realization cross these guys' faces when they're just like, wait, so you're just here to help us, like legitimately. And you definitely don't go into you never walk into a bank thinking that they're gonna, like, they want to help you. They just want to make money. But it was cool. It was really cool. Oh, great. I forgot it's line by line. I don't care about line by line. You'd think they would be in alphabetical order. Alright, so this one starts. Right, so, okay, Dev has Bitbucket. I don't use Bitbucket, so that makes sense. Bitbucket, go away. Statistics, okay, doesn't matter. This one has favorite. Why? Why would I want that? I need Getia checks. See, this is where it normally goes to, and you can just restart it. Oh, okay, so it creates it just by doing the inst. Okay, okay. Branch source version is different, don't care. This one doesn't have HTML publisher. Oops, come back. That would make sense. Bye. JSON path and JUnit. All right. This plugin cannot be uninstalled. It has one or more installed dependents. Then how? Oh, geez. Helps if I'm in the right area, right? Okay, so that's just a different version. Okay. Howdy, tomato. How's it going? We were just chatting about how much fun startups are. Well, for me to work with. I don't know about working at. Never done it. Some path API. Wait, what was that? Okay, so that's just different versions. Cool. Different versions. Okay. That. All right, let's just do another safe restart on here. Safe, not Dave. Here. Oh wait, no, I'm not changing anything on this yet. Two dot 456. I could have swore. So I don't want latest. I want LTS, probably. Just search for LTS. Just Windows, Windows, Windows. There we go. So the first LTS is 2.44.0. But I don't like that. Okay. Yep, I try to do it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday between 2 and 5 Pacific. And then Friday I usually just screw off and play a game. Right now it's Shadowrun that I'm working my way through. Shadowrun Dragonfall? Yeah. Kind of trying to make sure I get from beginning to end of it. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Just saw that. I actually just reached my 10 follower goal last week. And it was, of course, a friend of mine. I'm not followed by my mom yet. I guess I haven't earned that subscription. Right, 2.49 is 2 months old. But my issue is in 2.449. I'm not actually using the client, so I'm not that concerned with this. My biggest thing is getting the plugins updated. This can go over my save for later pile. All right, so what's your interest specifically, Tomato? You running your own home server or your own home labs, or you just like watching it happen? Or in my case, quite often, not happen. Alright. So you, Tia and GitHub. You're 2.9. And we need 2.90. Oh, I need updates. Nice. Yeah, I mean that's part of it, right? I was just saying earlier, if you've got the tools in the toolbox, you start looking around and going, "Yeah, I could do that." First time you get your videos downscaled or your pictures compressed, or you can't get out to your own cloud storage for some stupid reason, you start going, I can do this. 2.5. If I have different versions, 1.259, 1.265. I have different versions, but I don't have an update. Maybe there's something else that needs to be updated. All right, let's make a new diff. Oh man, I closed it. There we go. Oh, I'm on prod again. I need to be in the right place. So what do you think about the, considering you're going after Terraform, the HashiCorp IBM debacle? GitHub has a different version. Okay. Let's look at our plugin updates. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I've got, well, I ended up getting a pile of certs in the last couple of years just because I've been self-taught my entire life, you know. Maybe it's time to read on what's actually expected. What did I say? This Jenkins instance requires a restart. Oh, because I just installed the that one update. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Pow. Let's update everything. I mean, it is the dev instance. Why not? Not really anymore. I mean, in this particular way, I suppose I am, but currently I'm in the seeking category. So spend my time messing around in my own space and working on getting better. And figured, maybe I'd share it with some people. I was actually in more of the innovation, research, and development. Was kind of my last role, where I ended up in a job that was what I do when I'm not getting paid. It was a fun place to be. Are you restarting? Okay. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of telling startups, don't worry, we're going to help you out. Oops. You're still yellow. Go green, go green. At some point, I definitely want to create a plugin that like keeps track of different things. Maybe, number of services running in the lab and probably the amount of power that the lab has consumed. maybe just during stream. I'm trying to go with a low power lab, so that'd be kind of cool. Coming. No updates available. Sweet. That stuff is all there. Is my cloud still there? Good. Not worried about that. Don't care. And then we have the new version. All right. That's fine. That's gone. Favorite user property. What? Goodbye. All right. So now it's telling me 2.455. Now that we've done the updates, it seems to have kept all my data. Didn't screw up any of my settings. I guess we try the live version. See, what? $2.455, 2.456. I mean, I don't need you anymore. Go away. All right, let's start here with the plugins. And hang on to your butt. I think with things like this, I should do blue-green, but do I really want to deal with blue-green? And do the thing. That's a fun number. Oops. Don't need to give everyone the drinky noises. Let's go. At some point, I've definitely got to revisit this guy. I don't know why it's not giving CPU or pod or disk. And I should know that. Probably just a setting I need to change because it has a different type of disk or multiple types of disks. Who knows? And we're green. Are we really green though? Like green for real? Seems like it. All right. Now I wonder if it's going to find a different version. Is it going to go back to 2.4.5 in what it's recommending me? Let's go start with the errors. Gray. Where are you at, errors? There we go. All right, it says 2.4.5.6. You say 2.4.5.5. My cloud's still there, good. My template's still there, good. My stuff is still there, good. Okay, I am happy with that. Now for the version update. I'm in here. I need to go in to dev. Oops. 2499. I think I'm going to try 2456. Let's see what happens. See if it even starts. You know, it's funny, Terraform is still black magic to me. I know it's basically, it's standard kind of orchestration stuff, but I have not even looked at it even a little bit, so it still falls in that black magic territory for me. Ansible sat there for quite a while. I understand Ansible now. I'm not good at it, but I at least can understand how it's laid out and why it's laid out that way. Container startup failed. Well, the last one failed too. It did one reboot and then worked, I think. Yeah, oh, I definitely understand. Like, I can use libraries. I can point this to that and, no problem. But can I, from memory, create a structure that handles all of your infrastructure? No. I mean, I've got, actually, is it, oh, you know what, best place would probably be, well, I'm going to give that another couple of tries. I think it's in here. Yeah, so I started building it out so that it would make sense and I could just apply it and it would run across everything and make sure everything was set properly. Definitely, the first time I ran this, screwed up NTP. Suddenly nothing on my my network had the right time. Oops. But, setting everything up so that you can just run it top level and it'll jump through and just do everything is nice. But, yeah. You better hope you got it right. Small changes. Small changes. Alright, so it doesn't like this. Why doesn't it like this? What's our failure? Failed to delete directory. Directory not empty. Well, you're deleting it, so what does it matter? Is this a permission thing? It's certainly possible. There's my deployment. Because I have that. Yeah, I also, right now I'm just running one NTP server, which is a problem. I need to not do that. But that just snowballed for me in my brain because I was like, well, if I'm going to do an NTP server, I may as well make sure I have another DHCP server. And then I look at the DHCP server and I realize, well, the ISC, the Internet Services Consortium, has released a new version of DHCP and it's called Kia. So let me look into that. Did a whole stream on Kia and how that looked. Yep, that was the problem. On Kia and installing that and getting it working. And then realize, well, it's just using JSON on the back end and it doesn't really have a web front end. And yeah, my rabbit holes had gopher holes that had rabbit holes. And so at this point, I still have one NTP server. A new version. You should be... Oh, I changed it. Gotta look at the right one. Fail to delete. Directory not empty. Okay. So cheating didn't fix it. Let's see if there's a known thing. Trying to delete workspace of a running job. I don't have any running jobs, so that isn't it. Actually, I may have running jobs. Okay. There's a setting here. This. Wonder if a safe shutdown will do it, because they are looking at the same directory, so. Yes. Yes. Does this give us joy? Can I? What do you mean crash loop back off? Was this close to being the bot's name. I went with zombie process, but crash loop back off would have been great too. Do it now. Did you just do exactly the same thing? That's not helpful. Such file, such file. Let's see if that tells me anything useful. Thanks, AI. Wait, how did these start again? It specifically says no further builds will be performed, but it still tried to start a build. Delete directory, use directory not empty. Oh, that's right. And you have the previous one. Okay. All right. Quick break. I need to get something to drink. Ooh. And we're back. All right. This is not doing what I want it to be doing. One thing I wonder. Let's go back here and let's go to you. Desired one. Wait, why is that? Alright, so let me just scale you down to 0. Get rid of you. Are you going to try and start again? You are. That's because I just need to put you back to this. Oops, 2.2. Alright, so that should murder you. Will you just let you take over? Alright, so if I do this silliness, are you going to get the same error? We shall see. Because that should tell me everything I need to know. It sure looks like it's going to do the same thing. So it looks like it may just be a symptom of lifting shit. Which is fine, as long as we know, right? So let's go back. Put you back to 1. Now here's my hope. I'm gonna do this back to 2, 4. 2.456. 2.456. Save. And then delete. I really don't like this as an answer, but if it's the answer, it's the answer. Because I don't doubt that it could be resource contention. I guess what that means is that I should probably be running it as a stateful set instead of a deployment. Are you going to start or are you going to restart? What do you think? We have error. It's not a problem error yet, though. I don't know why I'm not watching the logs. But it's definitely doing more, isn't it? And green. Okay, so yeah, it's just resource contention. Oh, that's wonderful. So the reality is I'm going to want to look into... Wait. Wait a minute. So then why... How... I have it confused. Especially, it's not telling me... So it's telling me that there's a new version. It claims it ran this version. All right. Let's do this. Boom. Oh, I probably should have done a restart instead. I don't know why my camera decided to start doing that. Oh, it's when I get too far away. It's when I lean back in disgust. Come on. Let's try that again. Leaning back in disgust and flashing. That's kind of funny. It's like a magic trick. So it's definitely running longer already. Oh, or not. I mean, it seemed like it was running longer. Let's get rid of all these log files we don't need. We need more green. There we go. Wow, that can't be accurate. If that's the upgrade, or maybe the upgrade failed and I just didn't look at the logs. We'll see in a second, won't we? Oh, I forgot. Don't lean back in disgust. I will disappear. No JS installer, no tool installer. Okay. I'm pretty sure we had that last time. We are green. What say you now? What say you now? Be ye angels? Nay, we are but Jenkins. Is that it? In process script approved. Oh. We're going to deny. Back to plugins. All right, so it definitely gets the award for worst update path ever. Maybe not ever. I've seen worse, but this is not ideal if that's the only way to make that work. My cloud is still there. That's good. Projects are still there. Good. Templates are gone. Wait, did I put template? Did I create a template? Well, what good is it having a dev and not remembering if you checked your templates? I'm gonna drag this over here just because it shows my cloud keys when I go to configuration. That is definitely empty. Okay. I mean, my best bet, I guess, is to try and get a snapshot of all of this. That's probably something I can do here. Can I just export it? Script console, export. Containers, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't have the word. Jenkins. That's if I want to write my own plugin. I do not. No, this is a different Jenkins. Okay. Oh, I need the plugin. Great. Well, on the plus side, I can install that on dev. Available plugins. This plugin is depreciated. Okay, then why is it there? Why do I care? Let's try it. See what we get out of it. Because it would be kind of nice to export dev after validating it, import into prod. That seems like the right way to do it. Almost like that's how it's supposed to be done. What are the chances that I'm not going to get 10,000 new security violations? This is taking a while. Has a concern. Oh, it's not taking a while. It's just restarting. I mean, on the plus side, at least it's very verbose about what it's doing. It's global timeout not set. Come, do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing and go green. And we're green. So there's supposed to be a new thing here. Here. There is a new thing here. Woof. Export is not intended to offer a directly usable. It can be used for inspo. What? Cool. Alright, I'm going to drag this over here just in case it shows something I don't want shown. View configuration. Yeah, the first thing it shows, just username, password, username, password, username, password. Fun. But it's all usernames and passwords. It doesn't have any other configuration for the plugins. Yay! Okay. Does it even list, like... Alright, so it's got credentials. Agent protocols. So it does recognize that there's a clouds, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually have any of the information that would be in the plugin. Well, maybe it does, because right now that's empty. So if I go here, I'm going to have to install the same plugin. Configuration as code. Installating. I'm not going to check the box saying to restart automatically. We'll just do the manual restart. Come on. It would make me laugh if it's just restarting anyway. Nope. Still 23. Okay. Do you mean? There we go. Restart. You're supposed to be restarting. There you go. Let's bring this other guy back. Get in the stack. It's kind of funny the way that this is set up because I have Jenkins as a container running inside Kubernetes with the ability to deploy containers into Kubernetes. Literal bootstrapping. Wow, that restarted way faster. I must have given prod more. But the files were not different. I probably edited this one to give it more More zing. No, everything is in Kubernetes. So like when this spins up a build, it spins off and creates a build server. But this is the master. At some point, my hope that's cool. My hope is at some point to have the Jenkins master recognize when I've pushed an updated YAML file for Kubernetes up to my Gatia instance and basically update itself. I don't know that it has the ability to do that, but I think that would be awesome. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Where was I? Oh yeah, here. We're dragging you out. View configuration. Oh yeah, it has everything. Nice. So that begs the question, if I download this and I install it on my dev instance, is it just going to work? I mean, it's not intended to offer a directly usable Jenkins configuration. But there's intention. And there's reality, right? So just in case it decides it wants to flash everything across the screen, configuration as code. I need a, oh, it has, so I can't just like copy and paste it in here. I have to put it up on a server. That's not a grand idea. I mean, I guess I could make it a config map or a secret and then just map it. It's been a while since that's happened. OBS just dropped on me. What did it say? It was as I was dragging a file around, or dragging a window around, it gave me a window error. I got owned X runtime. Get element type not implemented. Terminate. Whoops. Well, now I'm going to have to go and edit these two together before I send it up to YouTube. Where was I? Yeah, we just did said, nope, we want to keep that open. I was trying to Configure as code. Let's see if it crashes me again. Make sure you need one of those. Okay, cool. No crash. Sweet. That was new and interesting. All right, so that's prod. This is dev. So what I need to do is I need to get that to somewhere that it can get. Like, what if I just do... Nope, that didn't do it. That's kind of funny, though. So it's specifically just putting it in there. Hey, it worked that time. So if I go here, I'm going to move this over here just in case again. Will this let it happen? Nope. Yeah, it just right away says it's not a real folder and then goes away. Or ineffective URL. It probably doesn't recognize any other. That's kind of dumb that it just doesn't have the ability to upload a file. Like, what's the point? All right, let's see if there was. I mean, this is 5 years old. I have doubts that it's... configured. I'm sure that's useful to someone. It's not what I'm after. I mean, I really don't want to put this in my Git instance. Although, it does have what I would need to rebuild. Let me make sure. I think it has what I would need to rebuild if it deletes everything when I update. So it's got there, it's got my containers with the tool location. Built-in default Docker node, okay. Yeah, it shows me one that I didn't know I had built in. That's kind of neat. Okay, but it has everything I need, so I could, in theory, use that to rebuild it, even if it was just notes, or even if I treated it as notes. So if I go here, and we're looking at 2456, and in this, my dev, I did 2456. So an easier way of going about this is going to be to look at this deployment, go here. I would need to scale you to 0 I mean, the no downtime part of Kubernetes kind of goes right out the window there, but since it's just me, I don't care. And then I do this. I save. And then I scale you up. If I look at you, are you pulling the right version? 2456. That's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. I mean, the entire purpose of this is that it should be able to start one, and then once that one starts, kill the old one. But I can understand why Jenkins isn't particularly built to deal with that. It should be by now. I mean, if it's still being updated, but just give me the blah, blah, blah. It's working. What is that? That noise? It's World of Warcraft, right? I know that was super useful and much context. But World of Warcraft, is it the Merkin? The blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna know. I didn't actually play World of Warcraft. I didn't really do MMOs, but I remember the blah, blah, blah. That looks like it's running to me. Come on. Hey, update successful. All right. So I tried to start playing Fallout 76. I got it for free from Amazon for reasons. And I got to about 23rd, 24th level. And I just kind of realized, like, this is just fetch quest after fetch quest. And when I get to the end of these fetch quests, they're going to add more fetch quests. And it's stupid because the regular Fallout games are just fetch quests, but there's an end. Like, I get suckered into the fetch quests. I get it. But, like, there's a point where you kind of go, wait a minute. Oh, that's not ideal. But let's see what happens, just for the sake of argument. Let's rebuild zombie. Well, that's just a scan. I need a build. Blah. Come on. No support for Cloud Stack plugin. What? I need to figure that out. What? I probably need to install something in my cloud. But there we go. It started. It ran. Great success. No, it's still running. But wait, why are you not? Why did it start a second one? Should I be concerned? Oh, you know what I should be doing is I should look at... Well, you're already gone. Oh, I still have my stupid stuff in there. Okay, no, it's running, but I do need to get rid of some debug stuff. And this just needs to go. This is all there from, I was doing the Linux Foundation SR, I think it was SRE. They don't have an SRE certification, but they have SRE courses, and they're like adjacent to their Kubernetes course, which I decided to do just to see if I was missing anything. And I definitely was missing something, and that was their SRE course is all about Docker. Like, it doesn't even touch Kubernetes, so I rewrote everything to make it work in Kubernetes. And I feel like I learned a lot more that way. It's something I find myself, sometimes I need to stop myself, and it's one of the problems that I have with structured learning is I will take something that is meant to be one thing and turn it into something completely different. Like, you know, it's supposed to be teaching you A, and I'll figure out how to use it to teach me B, C, D, and E instead. And then I'll never bother to learn A. Well, it looks like I managed to get Jenkins updated without... It's always nice when I can set a title for a stream and do that one thing in the stream and have it actually be done and not have a revisit. Yeah, I learn way more by breaking things. And I would rather not do that when it's important. And honestly, I like finding out how things break. Like that's part of why here I knew over on the dev side I can screw around with the versions and watch it fail, and I know how to roll back because there was a time I didn't know how to roll back. I mean, it's not quite as easy as Helm. I think I have some Helm in here. I'm slowly trying to get away from it, but I've still got a few of my processes on Helm. This one's the real difficult one. I run an Acme certificate authority, and ooh, that was an entertaining thing to get working. But once it's working, it's really cool. Like, same thing. I've got my dev, I've got my prod. Dev gets turned off. They've got the ability to throw agents on there, which this is just their back end. The server reports back to it. It's so cool. It automatically goes and grabs a new certificate every day. Like, there's the primary Jenkins. I have one for dev, which doesn't look like it's going out and grabbing. I thought I'd turned that off, but it is kind of funny that I have my dev certificates pulling from my prod certificate, but the dev certificate manager is meant to be failed or in a failed state so that I can do my tests. So it's kind of a funny way of doing it. But the stuff that they've got in here, like you can do SSH, you can tie these certificates on your server on your own certificate authority to your Wi-Fi. It's madness, absolute madness. And the amount of work to get it running, it was supposed to be easy. That's that. We do these things not because they're hard, or not because they're easy, but because they were supposed to be easy. The certificates in K8s is actually like it's a lot dumber than you'd think it is. I mean, basically, you have your certificate authority that you set up when you create your master, and that's all that is a single certificate that is used to create certificate CSRs, and the CSR gets created by each node. And the nodes keep their own certificate, and they basically just like rotate that certificate around. In my case, what I've got set up is I created a CRD for Cert Manager, and Cert Manager has an issuer for Acme. And then in my deployments, or no, in the ingresses, you can just like in homepage, you can just create an annotation saying request the certificate, and I think there's, yeah, you say which cluster issuer to use, and it just automatically does it, and it refreshes it every day for you. It's ridiculously cool when you get it working. Oh, Calico. Calico's another thing I've got to read up more on. It always fails on a new node when I first put it in place, and there's some particular setting that needs to be customized for that node, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's so OpenLens is open source project that unfortunately got bought by Mirantis. And they're doing their best to kill off the open source version. They haven't updated it in, I think, 2 years at this point. The open source project still works in a lot of ways, but you know, it's not getting any new features. At some point, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and transition over to K9s. I haven't done it yet. I think I might have it installed. Now I'm curious if I do. Nope. Maybe I installed it on one of my other machines. Let's see. Install via Linux brew. Why would you do that? Oh, I may have it around there somewhere. Yeah, just do it this way. I am glad that I didn't find OpenLens until I had been using it for about until I'd been using Kubernetes for about 6 months a year. But realistically, if you do kube control and you get the auto completion, it's real easy to pick it up. I mean, especially you know what you're looking for, you know basically what you're after. You can just, if you're looking for a pod, just P tab. Tab completion is really well done. Oops. Of course, I'm one of those masochists that hasn't made a shortcut to just be K. They do a really good job. I completely forgot to check my ant farm today. Come on. I haven't checked this in probably since Friday, maybe Thursday. Is that the right one? Services. Oh no, you were forwarding. 433. You and you. Oh wow, this guy's taking over. he hasn't started attacking the other bots yet. Ooh, this guy's working overtime. This is a game I do intend to play someday, but I need to get better at JavaScript. Wow, that's almost maxed out. Got over here. Dang. Oh, he's out of room. This guy's got plenty of room. Yeah. Oh, so it's kind of like an RTS-ish, but it's got a mix of like idle RTS, and I mean the world map, the world version is MMO, but you write programs. Each one of these guys is its own bot that is designed to write bots. So each one of these little guys is an object, and you give it its capabilities and send it on its merry way to do what it's going to do. You have to write its pathfinding AI and all of that sort of stuff. And at some point, obviously, you have your builder or your spawner that you write a program to keep track of how many screeps you have on the board and what they're doing, and then it maintains the level of them and keeps them working and then automatically builds things for them to expand. It's crazy and crazy involved, but it's it's any one of those games where the idea is that you focus on the programming. This is like a default world that gets built, and it's a server that's running in my cluster, and I just kind of let it run and let the bots do what they're going to do because I'm curious. How old is it at this point? It is... Are you the 105? Oh no, you're a local host. Yeah. There we go. So I think each tick is... Yeah. 1,001 milliseconds. Oh, it's stupid complex. And that's why I don't actually play it. But it's fun just to see the bots doing what they're going to do, and I call it my ant farm. It's the channel's ant farm. I feel like it's a prime candidate to have some sort of integration with Twitch. I've been kind of kicking around this idea since I am writing some bot stuff, of having the ability to like push a git command through the bot to here, to maybe like spawn another bot or spawn a player that has limited capabilities, and maybe, I don't know, get channel points or something, just do something stupid. I haven't decided yet. Still fleshing that one out. Never mind trying to find out how complex it's going to be to do, since the game itself is stupid complex. Like, this is the admin screen, so if this were my server and there were other people, you'd see all the active users and all that kind of stuff. I was on the leaderboard for a little while, until the red bot in the center decided to murder me. Well, now I got to figure out what I'm going to work on tomorrow, since Jenkins went easily into the good night, and I've got about 5 minutes left today. I know what I'm going to do. Tomorrow is probably going to involve setting up Proxmox in VirtualBox, just to see what the setup process looks like, because I've never done it. I think that's my plan. So with that, I'm going to switch over and call it a night. Thanks for hanging out almost all stream. It's good talking to you. Hope to see you again. It was fun. Actually, both you and Mad Maddox. I don't know if they're still here, but yeah, feel free to stop by. Love to see what you're working on as well. Half of this is about, what are other lab rats doing and working on? Because most of this is just about finding out what we don't know. Take care. Whee!